My name is Joshua Duprey. I'm an engineer here. I'm also the founder of Duprey Studio Recordings. Audio engineering started when I was living in California around 2005 is when I first started getting involved with Pro Tools and microphones and all that kind of stuff, knowing that all I cared about was music at the time and no one telling me that's unrealistic. I've continued to pursue it and continue to pursue it. And it comes with its ups and downs, but it never gets boring.
I'm Eric Heckard. I'm originally from San Diego, California. I'd say I'm an all-around producer, and what that means for me is engineering, whether that involves me writing lyrics or writing, concepts for songs. I took up a job at Guitar Center just to kind of meet some new people, just to, find out, who's doing what. And the guy who was one of the repair techs there said, well, we have a studio. You got to meet all the guys, and that's where I met Yash.
Building this building here has taken us to another level because we've introduced new factors that we haven't had before, like an environment that actually promotes creativity, right? Developing clientele is very, very hard, right? You really got to put in the footwork and you really got to be good at what you do, and you got to take it seriously and you got to take it with a professional attitude and mentality.
I'm gonna keep the beat.
I feel like that we get a bad misconception of what production actually is, because a lot of guys are like, oh, I'm a producer, I make beats. That's not it. What else do you do? How can you pull a performance out of an artist? How can you get a song to invoke a specific mood? That's what I do. I pride myself on being able to create visions and paintings and setting and time.
Now we're walking into our B control room. This room is more of a hybrid room. We actually just did a big upgrade in this room. We just changed out our interface. We went from our old Tascam to our Apollo Twin X right here.
So once you are leaving Studio B and you're working your way to the other side of the studio, you pass by this wall, and this has some plaques here from artists that we've got to work with over the years. Before this was here, we used to have CDs, but it was hard to keep updating the wall because the way it's going, people aren't making CDs anymore, so we had to think of something new. We replicated these. We got the artworks from all the artists individually, one at a time. Everybody up here is real good to us, and we've had a great time working with them. So in the beginning, we were just saying yes to almost everything, just for the simple fact that we're new to Florida, we have this whole new business, and we gotta see what our town has to offer, So one of the things that we do is we do live shows once a month. It's the last Sunday of every month, and we call it DSR Live. That's one of those things where, it brings people in the door. We don't make a penny off that. We do that because we want to help out the community. So we start putting on shows, we start meeting all sorts of people, and good things naturally spring from it. So we're in Studio A live room right now. This is the bigger studio in the building. This is where we have enough space to do, big bands and podcasts and shows and parties. This room was another part of the hair salon when we got it. We built walls inside of the walls. This whole wall on this side of the building used to be a glass front that showed the street. So that took many layers of insulation and walls to be able to block out all that outside traffic. And then once we had that, we could continue on with the rest of the room with the diffusion and the absorption for tuning the room for musical purposes. We have this thing above us too that helps control the sound, which we've gone and put cork and foam and all sorts of lighting all on this to create lots of different vibes, different, unique situations.
First off, for any vision that you have, writing it down, figuring out what exactly your vision is, how can you put it into words, developing what we call like an elevator pitch. So if you could, describe it in 5 words or less, or, a sentence.
I've found myself in the past having problems juggling running a business and being an engineer, and then on top of that, having the personal life too, because I have to do day-to-day business stuff for the company, but I'm really an artist. I like this, so knowing how to get help and spread the work and involve other people and taking care of your personal
Mindset is everything, man. Everybody has that voice in their head that says, hey, you can't do this. Hey, you can't do this. But having that mindset that, yes, you can do and execute and grow beyond what you are already doing, that's so important. It's key, because if you don't have that, man, you'll run out of stuff very, very quickly.
Money can't ever be the focus. If you're focused on money, you're gonna fail, right? We're focused on filling the room and making people happy. People come back, people tell other people, the word spreads. And if you do things right, the money will come. This was a very slow process. It started in California in 2005, but I love it. I love it. I love it. And I get so excited every time I buy a new piece of toy, maybe my wife thinks otherwise every time, but like, I love it. It's the coolest thing, and I have fun doing it. Yeah.